Hey there! Welcome to another Speedpaint journal by St. Linthoria. Welcome to my mind. Alrighty guys, so picking up where we left off, we have the friend submission for Magical March, which is Choco Chip and Cupcake. If any of you guys noticed, I made like a cupcake in the background of Choco Chip. So I had already had in mind that I would be creating another character that was Cupcake for the friend submission at that time. I was thinking ahead. So, yeah, I actually don't like that I lost the rest of the speed paint yet again, because I really had a lot of fun, painting them and everything. And then after them is Job. And, this is Fast Food San. And, so he was a very, very basic design. And I'd say that his catchphrase is, "Don't underestimate fast food workers." He's very proud of that job. And then the next one after him was Fairy, which deleted most of the capture for Fairy as well. I have got to pay more attention to what I delete, I swear. But I had fun with him. And then the next one is Monster. And I had a lot of fun doing his crystal sphere. Like, I followed a whole tutorial for gems and everything to base it around and glowing things, and it was so much fun doing that sphere. And I really, really liked how the sphere, I was pronouncing it sphere, but it's spear. how the spear turned out. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm recording this audio honestly early in the morning because I have an early morning shift today, and I'm tired and not thinking straight. I am really sorry. But anyway, so I actually had a lot of fun with him. I feel like his robe was a little bit basic, but I couldn't think of anything else to add to it, But yeah, I had a lot of fun with him. And then the next one was, Warrior, which I spent a lot of time on. I think that Warrior was about when I started to gain more interest in other things. So this is when I started to take like a month or so for each design for no reason. Although, to be fair, in Warrior's case, his was very complex because I decided that I wanted his armor to have like a honeycomb type design. So I spent a lot of time just on the little details for him, But I liked it. I really did. I decided to do like a samurai, based off samurai, and I did have a lot of fun with everything, for sure. I kind of regret that I made the character small within the frame sizing and everything, because you can't really tell the details as well, in my opinion, and I spent so long on them. And then after him is Angel. So Angel, he's one of the few ones where I made a conscious choice to have him have darker skin, because it's never made much sense to me that angels in general will have lighter skin tones, but like the commonly thought of as canon, or the common trope with them, is that they're up in the clouds all day. Like, that's closer to the sun, so like they're gonna be dark skin. And then the next one was Devil. That one, you would think that I just decided, let's go the opposite way. No, I just decided that I really wanted to make one of my characters have really thin hair, and I realized that I hadn't done that yet. So I decided that Devil would be it, and I was like, he's gonna have lighter skin just because of that. So I started out with the hair design as the thought process, and then kind of reverse engineered his skin tone from there. And then the next one after that was Pokemon, which the design for him is very, very basic, and actually he didn't take very long compared to all the others. So he is Eevee. I have a whole backstory for him as well, of course. Because, like, at this point, most of them will have some type of backstory. But anyway, so Eevee, this is like his very basic form of it, but he can still transform. Part of his powers is that he can transform into evolutions. So, yeah, I am planning on doing this again next year. And the next time that I get to the Pokemon, assuming that everything's the same, the next time that I get to the Pokemon submissions, I would like to switch it up and do one of the evolutions, so yeah. And then finally is Disney. So my backstory for him incorporates monsters, which is basically that he encountered a type of one of the monster's enemies that would turn civilians into a fictional character that they feared. So he actually feared, at first, the Beast. And he got turned into him, and he was really upset about it, but he realized that he was stronger in that form and that he had some weird powers too, so he decided to go ahead and try to help Monster take down the enemy. And then afterwards, he declined Monster's offer to go ahead and change him back because he wanted to help save the world. So my very, very favorite one is going to be Prince Frog. For the very, very final picture of Prince Frog, I decided, at first I was thinking, you know what, I want to do him in a different form, and then I decided, you know what, let's go ahead and go out all out. I mean, it's been like 6 months since then. And I did a lot of different things with the other ones. I did a lot of messing around with the tools for my program, way more than before. Let's go ahead and use all that experimentation and put it to use, right? So I decided to do a full-on, like, environmental background, which I haven't done very often, honestly. In the past, I would avoid it because I couldn't really imagine of an environment to put characters in. That was always an extra step that took longer, so I just didn't do it. But I decided to just go for it, and I actually had a lot of fun creating it. It took a lot longer than any of the others, obviously, because I'm adding a whole other extra element to it, right? But I had a lot of fun with it, and I really do like how it turned out. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed. So these are the last of my magical boys. I'm going to link in the description the separate posts where you can see all 31 of my magical boys. So yeah, this entire challenge was really interesting. It was the first time that I've ever actually done a challenge like this. I really enjoyed it, honestly. One thing that I also realized from doing this challenge, which I only realized after it was pretty much done, like when I got all my pictures in one place, basically so that I could start to create this video and everything, I realized that a lot of my compositions have very vibrant colors. Kind of, I guess, high contrast. Like, even my the ones that are meant to be in darker areas and darker environments, nighttime environments, they tend to have very vibrant coloring, which I think I would like to work on in the future. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but I did notice that I was usually dissatisfied with the way that the ones in the darker environments turned out, because it felt like they were too bright for their environment. I think that kind of goes back to the anaphasia that I have. I can't remember how to pronounce it. I'll explain it a little bit in the description if you're interested. But, like, I basically, in reality, when I can't actually imagine things visually. Like, when I try to imagine something, it's actually just completely black in my head. When I'm designing things, I'm basing it off of, okay, well, these are the colors that I want. I know how I want the colors to look, but it's based more around a feeling, if that makes sense. It's hard to describe when you don't really have it, when you're actually able to visualize things. But I technically can't. So I think that kind of affects the way that I do dark landscapes and just dark environments in general. So I think I would like to practice on that some. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And I thank you guys for watching. You guys, like, I actually had way more views on my last video than any other video that I have. Like, granted, that's not much, but I was surprised by it. I didn't think that so many people would be interested in, like, the Magical March challenge that it is. So, thank you for watching, and you guys have an amazing day.